So guys, in this video we are going to be explaining what is an API. So keep this in mind. We are not going to be doing any examples here. We are just going to explain you these things visually to understand. And here's the thing. Before you do what you are going to do, you need to understand what are you going to do. Some may catch it and it's a code by me. Okay. So what is an API? API stands for Application Programming Interface. An API is a way for different software programs to communicate with each other. Think of it as a messenger that takes a request from one program, sends it to another program, and then returns the response. And that's a bit hard to understand, like in simple real life example. Okay, imagine you are at a restaurant. You look at the menu and choose food. You tell the waiter your order. The waiter takes the order to the kitchen. The kitchen prepares the food. The waiter brings the food back to you. So in this example, you is the user, and waiter is the API, and the kitchen the server or system. So the waiter is the API, connects you to the kitchen without you going inside the kitchen. So this is a diagram that from this restaurant example. You can just take a screenshot or you can just analyze this visually. This would be helpful. Now, real example of the internet. Before actually I am telling this because you can understand API in more like that. Okay. So the real example on the internet is like when you use app like Instagram, Google Maps, Spotify. They often use APIs. Example, if a weather app wants weather data, it doesn't collect itself. Instead, it sends a request to a weather API and the API returns the data like a JSON or whatever format. How an API works. And this is going to be a step-by-step thing. Okay, you can just see here the visual stuff and the text stuff here. Okay, an API sends a request to an API. An app sends a request to an API. The API sends the request to a server. The server processes the request. The API sends the response back to the app. Like a example request for you guys is like app. Go to the API and the API go to the server and the server goes to the API and it will give the response to back to the app like that. Why are APIs important? APIs allow developers to reuse existing services, connect different applications, save development time, build powerful apps quickly. Not only apps, web applications also. Without APIs, many modern apps wouldn't work together. So I can give you a simple coding example. You can just look this. Okay, this is an example calling API in. This is an example of calling an API in JavaScript. Here you can see the code. Okay. So this code requests a data from an API and prints the result. So this is an currency API example. Okay. So that's all. Okay. And if I want to give you a one-line summary, and I always do that to make you guys understand, an API is a bridge that allows different software applications to communicate and share data. And also you remember this thing, some APIs are free, but some APIs aren't free. You have to give money and buy the API like subscriptions. So that's all about API. Now you know what is an API visually. Okay, so what else? Everything in tech is explained in my channel, so make sure you subscribe and on the notification to get notifications. And this channel is good for you. Make sure you subscribe today. That might be the greatest decision of your life because you can move with tech. And when someone asks you what is an API, hey, you know what is an AI, like that all, I have the answer for that. You can just learn from me and speak to your friend confidently. So what else to do? Press that damn subscribe button right now. Thanks for watching.